Alright, so this is Kim Hyuna. She's known formally on stage as Hyuna, so just first name. She's known for kind of sexy, her charisma. She's known to be kind of a firecracker in like her stage presence, in her performances. So she originally made her debut in 2007 as a member of Wonder Girls, which was a very big group at the time, but she only ended up promoting for 1 year due to poor health. She has a eating disorder. So then later she re-debuted in a group called 4 Minute. This group was active from 2009 until they later disbanded in 2016. So they were active for quite a long time. She's also part of the duo Troublemaker and the co-ed group Triple H. However, what she was most renowned for was her solo career. So she debuted originally for solo in 2010 under Cube Entertainment, and she held a very large influence over the entertainment industry, like to the point where they would be doing like huge festivals. They would be showing, monitors of the stages, and you would just see groups of idols around these monitors just watching her perform, because she was like a big deal. People really admired her. And she also became one of the more prominent figures that later inspired the popularity of mature concepts for women, so like more sexy concepts. She was really famous, still is, for different reasons, as we'll get to. But she's really famous. So one day, she sees a younger trainee at her company, and she's like, he's cute. Well, cute. So she started hitting on him, but this boy obviously thinks nothing of it because she's famous, and he is like, what would she want to do with me? I'm just a trainee. She's 9 years my senior. So obviously nothing's gonna come of that. But she was sitting on him for over a year, and he was like, sure, whatever. He finally caved, and he was like, sure, let's date.
언제부터 연애 시작했어? 그러면?
거의 4년 정도 돼요.
그럼 1000일은 지났네?
네, 4년 정도 되는 것 같아요.
누가 먼저 저거 했어?
대시했어?
현아가 있을 것 같아.
내가 자존심 상하는데 내가 1년 반을 기다렸어.
짝사랑이었던 거야 그럼?
썸을 타다가 뭐 고백을 한
그런 게 전혀 없었어. 썸이 없고
너 혼자?
나 혼자만의 이제 사랑에 빠진 거지. 짝사랑에. 근데
어떤 모습에 뭐 하다가 뭔가 가슴이 갑자기 둥그리기 시작했던 계기가 있을 거 아니야?
맞아. 어느 순간 전부 다 내가 생각했던 것과는 다 반대로 행동을 하는 거야. 예를 들면은 이제 몇 달이 지났는데 전화번호도 안 물어보고 매일 같이 있는데도 스케줄을 같이 하기도 하고 연습도 같이 하고, 그런데 전화번호 절대 안 물어보고 항상 거리를 둬, 10m 이상. 그런 게 조금 자꾸 눈에 보였었던 것 같고, 이상하게 자꾸 내 얼굴이 보이는 거야. 닮은 것처럼.
든 얼굴에? 네 얼굴이 보여?
내 얼굴이 보이는 그런 닮은 게 있는 거야. 뭔가 나랑 비슷한 생각을 갖고 있구나라는 생각 때문에 궁금해졌어. 그래서 궁금한 걸 알아가면서 난 사람을 길게 보거든. 그러다 보니까 좀 오래 걸린 거지.
그럼 현아한테는 관심 없었더니네? 현아한테는 우리 던이는 현아한테만큼은 관심 없었던.
근데 남자는 눈치채. 제 현아가 나한테
그건
좀 관심이
아니고.
있구나.
And then they secretly became a couple. They hit a company because Cube Entertainment is odd. Not just like they're a whole thing. They're honestly a whole thing in and of itself. We won't get into it now. I can, because weird. But we'll just say her popularity, Hyuna's popularity, and the groups that she was part of are one of the main reasons that that company was able to stay afloat as a company and not go completely bankrupt. So when the news hit that Hyuna was dating this trainee, Idon, who by then had debuted as a fellow member of the co-ed group that she was in with one other person who, poor third wheel.
I can't believe that it's finally me and you and me, just us and your friend Steve. Do 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 Steve. Do 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 Steve.
But also, he was the main rapper and producer of the newly debuted boy group Pentagon. Things quickly spiraled out of their control. It wasn't, I won't necessarily say downfall, but it kind of got out of their hands. In that there was issues between the company was accusing them of a lot of things. Again, Cube Entertainment was just accusing them of being all sorts of silly. So that led to Edon and Hyuna leaving the company. And Edon would eventually rebrand himself as Don because copyright, he can no longer go by Edon, so he goes by Don. However, like, Hyuna had, at this point, debuted for 9 years. She has been doing her thing. She has a stable career. Don just debuted. He has only just debuted, but he left the company because he wanted to be with the person he loved. We love that. That's wonderful, very admirable. Honestly, everyone's rooting for them. They're very cute. They're weird, but they're unique and they get along well and they have good chemistry. They kind of had this like love story with ages. People loved them. They would post on Instagram, cute couple pictures and stuff. Everybody is infatuated by them. They've been together for years at this point. They were even some of the first artists. There were 3. They were 2 of them to sign under Psy Gangnam, his new label in 2019, which was P Nation. It was initially what fans, I think, would claim was like kind of one of their initial leads to their eventual breakup, their downfall. The pair had specifically decided not wanting to work with one another. They wanted to separate their work life and their personal life, and then they didn't because the company was like, no, promote together, go on this show, and then eventually come out with music together, and then they did. And then when they got engaged in February 2022, everyone was super excited because they were just like a match made in heaven. People were like, hell yeah, we're excited to see what steps they take next with each other. That is, until their 6-year relationship came to an end. Only 9 months later, after Don proposed with this beautiful custom ring that was just so them. Anyways, done. Just after both of the artists had also left the label P Nation on peaceful terms. They were just like, new chapter. Fans were lost. This is out of left wing. We don't know why this happened. But Hyuna says, I'm not ready to marry. I'm not ready to have kids. And that's the main thing here. That's the main reason for leaving. I'm not ready to settle. Fair, whatever. But yeah, just to keep the timeline, later in November 2023, she joined the label at Area, which is the same label that Don had joined in March of that year. We still don't really know why they both decided to go, but whatever. Don's doing wonderfully. Anywho, and then the last part of this, not last part, but of this section, of this timeline is on January 18th. She posted a photo on her personal Instagram that would change everything. Ha ha ha. Her career. Girl went downhill. Anywho. So, how does this connect to the whole shebang? So, Yong Jin-hyung, he was a former member of Highlight and Beast, another, like, one of the very early groups that got big, even before, like, the Foreman and all that. They were like, early 2000s, or I should say late 2000s, like, mid to late. But this guy, active participant in the Burning Sun scandal, right? He had private DMs with a member of the group chat that was exchanging these illegal films. He confessed in court to regularly watching videos of women and children being raped and assaulted, as well as making mocking and rude comments and encouraging the actions that were being taken against these women. However, Korean police, being Korean police, had categorized him as a witness in the crimes, because of course they did. But later, he would, and then of course I assume because she was in the title that Guhara's role was announced that she was someone who had played an active role in testifying against the perpetrators of the scandal. But later, he would announce his relationship with a close friend of his, hyuna. Ooh, oh no. So on January 18th, both Junhyung and Hyuna posted matching photos of the pair holding hands. Less than a year after her separation with Dawn. The internet goes wild. What is happening? We are confused. We are stunned. There are so many things wrong. First of all, how dare you? People on the internet claim that they were best friends. I don't know if that's true. There's no citations. I think they were close friends. Maybe not best friends, but they were close. I'm talking about Guhara, late Guhara, and Hyuna. And Guhara, I mean, this is a big deal. Guhara had testified against these men, actively standing up. She's girl, and then ended up taking her own life because of some of the backlash of this stuff. This was a huge deal. So the fact that one of her close friends was dating this man, the fact that it was less than a year after her separation with Dawn, who had basically abandoned his really bright future as an idol for her, and I mean, really messed up the chances for Pentagon as a group altogether. And the worst part is who it was that she ended up with, which is a burning scandal member. Someone from the burning scandal controversy. It had really shaken Korea up, and the fact that Korea's it girl was dating one of the perpetrators, I think it left a lot of people with this bitterness in their mouth, because we thought this was a girl's girl, and she turns off to be not. Ooh. But don't worry, it gets worse, because on July 8th, just 6 months after going public with her new partner, Hyuna's company, Adderall, the same one that Dawn has, because this can't get any more complicated and fun, announces they're getting married. I'm sorry. And they're gonna get married by the end of the year. I think it was November or October. I don't remember. Anyways. Excuse me? So there's so many things wrong with this. First of all, she dated this man for half a year versus the 6 years with Dawn, before deciding that she was ready for marriage. And she claimed that the reason for breaking off the thing with Dawn was because she didn't want that. Things can change. I'm not going to claim that opinions cannot change. All I'm saying is that if you have somebody who's so committed and ready, and then you're like, bye, actually I don't want that, that's fine, but to go less than a year to deciding, actually I want to spend my life with someone, again, fine, but to do that with someone who's just such a, should be a committed, should be a felon, right? This man who should be a felon, and just be like, oh no, this is who I want children with. And it's just it's gross. It's gross. Anyways, so now I'm no longer at my script because this is where I stopped. So the downfalls of this in real life, in her career, because it's showing, fellas. It's showing. First of all, she came out with, or let's say it this way, since she announced the marriage. I'm not going to say since the relationship, because I don't know if since the relationship, but since she announced her marriage, she's lost 2 million followers. She has a lot, so it's not huge, but 2 million is also a large amount. She's 13 million now, something, I don't know, but still. And I think a lot of people just don't realize they're still following her, or else I think she would have honestly lost a lot more. Oh, my skin looks good in this camera. Anyways, you know that. That's strike one, fellas. Strike two. She came out with a mini album. I'm gonna pull up the sales really quick because this is insane. The sales on day one So this is someone who normally the sales are probably going to be upwards of 50,000 sales easily, if not over 100,000. Like, easy. Popular. I'm talking like this one was popular. Day 1 sales, 10,000. Low, but not crazy, but still low. Day 2, 2,000. We're getting pretty low. Day 3, 5. Like, not like 5,000. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Day 4, 8. Day 5, 19. Day 6, 400. So we're up a little bit, but 5 is insane. 5 is insane. Like smaller artists, small artists. Like I just started. I don't have a company. Have more sales than that. Anywho, in total it's 13,000, which is very low for her. But the fact that some of them are like single digits, it's crazy. Anyways, so then we go to, she was like, this is fine. I'll just keep promoting like nothing's happening. She tries to go to festivals. Dead crowd. I'm talking like people are there for the festivals. So they're there for like other artists and stuff. The clips before, she's very well known for like her interaction with fans and like for like she'll be like chant, like say stuff and then, you know, people repeat it and it's very like, she's very like bah, bah, bah. So like everybody's like, yeah, you know, very, very interactive, very entertaining, very enthusiastic. It's not happening. She does like the say something, repeat. It's silent. Silent. Like, I'm talking, not a peep. It's her face changes. And then she tries to go on tour. Homegirl tries to do a North American tour. I think she figures, okay, we have enough felons who are celebrities, maybe they'll be fine. Even the resale tickets didn't go swimming. She had to cancel, I think she had like 25 tour dates or something. All of them but one. And I believe that the one also wasn't selling, so they just canceled the tour altogether. It's bad. She has no followers anymore. Like, apparently there are a few people still defend because they're just insane. But like, also, can we also just mention real quick the whole Dawn thing? She was 9 years his senior. That is a power dynamic issue. Not only that, he rejected her for over a year before being like, you know what? Fine, let's go on a date. Like, and it was cute at the time because we're like, oh, she's persistent. How sweet. Anywho. Yeah, the Korean public is not happy with her. Burning Sun was a huge deal. Especially since Singer is still on the loose and it's just like not fun. And they are really not happy with her. And I think people are like, you know, maybe she's been gross for a lot longer than we give credit for. Because her thing has always been like sex appeal. And that's not gross in and of itself. But when you pair that with some of her actions, perhaps we should be thinking, fellas. Perhaps we should be thinking. Anywho, that's it for today. Bye-bye.